Top 3 coins under $1 that will explode in 2025. So guys, many of us out there, we want to find the next Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana and ADAs of last cycle as well. And I don't know how many of you can relate to this, but we search for coins that are as cheap as possible and we look for prices like 0.0001 cents and think, well, if it can just go to $1, I'll be rich, I'll be a millionaire, I only have to put in $20. And ultimately, I think that's a little bit of a trap that a lot of us out there can fall into. But let's talk about some of these coins. And obviously, previously, if you didn't understand circulating supply and market cap and especially fundamentals of coins, that this is just something that a lot of people can make a mistake about. Quick disclaimer guys, please read this with care. This video is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile and highly risky. No results are guaranteed. This content is for experienced users only and it's a full legal disclaimer in the description below. But let's jump into, and the third coin is probably going to surprise you because you probably haven't heard of it, and I think it's a coin which is under the radar, and I personally am in that coin especially. So let's talk about it. That's an example of Pepe, people putting in all that money. Again, people have made an incredible return from that, but it's not going to hit $1 based on the market cap, right? It would need to go to some unbelievably high number in order to hit. Like I mentioned, I chose all these coins as I believe all these coins can do very well in this bull. Ondo is the first coin that I'm going to talk about. Again, at $3 billion market cap, relatively low, sitting at just below the dollar mark there. And let's talk about Ondo and what it does. So in essence, it brings real world assets on chain. Ondo tokenizes traditional assets like the US treasuries and money market funds, making them tradable in crypto markets. And yield-bearing stablecoins, products like USDY let holders earn passive yield directly from safe real-world assets. And Ondo's also got this DeFi integration, so its tokens can be used across Ethereum, Solana, and other ecosystems, which is pretty cool. And this enables you to bridge traditional finance with decentralized finance, and this again is why it's in the real-world asset class that many of you kind of know about. And a governance token, Ondo, is used for protocol governance and aligning incentives within Ondo's ecosystem. And a bonus here is that the first mover advantage and liquidity. Ondo has become one of the largest real-world assets projects by market cap and adoption, giving it an edge in liquidity and recognition, which is really what you want to see. You want to have coins which are being recognized and people are aware of, and liquidity is good just in terms of price action. And some of these coins have performed very well so far. We've seen the likes of HBAR perform well and other real-world asset classes done quite well so far. So essentially it stands out by combining compliance, accessibility and DeFi native integration, whereas other real-world assets stay more restricted and institutional only. So again, we've got a few things there, got a little bit of a unique narrative. Under the $1 mark, I think it's a relatively safe coin compared to a lot of the other coins out there. Again, ranked 42, so it's not too far down the list, but again, it's not up there. So risk for reward, I would say Ondo up there for me. It's a decent one. It's not a coin that I'm currently in, but it's one I'm watching. And I think that I could potentially start to build a position in because I do like real world assets. I'm in HBAR and it's one I am watching for the moment. Again, next one I want to talk about is Algorand. So we see Algorand currently sitting at $2 billion market cap. The price action for the moment is, to be honest with you, not looking very good. Ranked at number 53. And when we look at it, sitting under the dollar mark. So Algorand, in essence, is a fast, secure, and energy-efficient blockchain that uses proof of stake in order to process transactions in seconds with very low fees. And it supports smart contracts, DeFi, NFTs, and real-world applications like a central bank, digital currencies, while remaining carbon negative. And we talked about carbon negative before with the likes of HBAR, and these things are really positive, especially for businesses when they want to have a really positive reputation about sustainability and being around for a long time, not hurting the environment. And this is such a key thing, especially in recent years. You've probably seen a lot of news about how the environment, needs to be looked after. Obviously it does, but again, it's a positive thing in my opinion. So a couple more points here. It's got a pure proof of stake, so a random validated selection for security and decentralization, fast and low cost, transactions finalized in seconds with tiny fees, smart contracts and dApps, supports DeFi, NFTs and enterprise apps, as well as the real world use case, and an eco-friendly carbon negative blockchain. So compared to a lot of other coins out there, It's got institutional appeal, fairer consensus model, a sustainability narrative, and it gives it a stronger long-term upside. Again, we want to be in coins which I believe can perform well in the long term, especially for this upcoming bull run that a lot of us are waiting out for, though liquidity and competition remains risk, right? So just want to be aware of, again, a coin that I'm not in, but a coin which I'm watching out there, and I still think it can perform well under the $1 mark. Next one, guys, is coin which I am in at the moment. Again, it's one of the more risky ones, ranked 175, and I'm not saying that you should go out and buy it, but let me explain to you why I think this coin has got massive potential. So I discovered this coin around about the $1 billion market cap before it had any tier 1 listings. Like, now Dog Bitcoin has been listed on Kraken, so that's very, very positive to see, and I hope that there's going to be a bit of a domino effect. But essentially, this is the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin blockchain. It's a dog, and it's very interesting to see where it is. The market cap is currently sitting at 263 million, so this is a really low market cap. Again, this is going to carry a lot more risk than both of those coins that I've talked about combined, right? But I think it has got a potential. I'm not saying it's going to do exceptionally well, but it's a coin that I'm in, and let me talk about it. So we've now seen the likes of Dog on Bitcoin starting to get listings. Again, earlier in the year, we saw it get listed on Kraken. It's got a massive social media interaction here, guys. For a meme coin, it's got 200k views on Kraken. And when you compare that to some of the other posts on Kraken, it outshines so many of them. And when we see this, I think it's really, really positive to see. It's a big community. We've also seen a company start to acquire Dog, which I think is so funny. We're seeing a company, who's making money is actively acquiring the biggest meme coin on Bitcoin, Dog. So funny to see, but we're seeing institutional adoption. We're seeing big adoption from a company for a meme coin, which is pretty cool to see. And again, let's talk about Dog. So what makes it so special? So it's the biggest meme coin on Bitcoin, guys. A new narrative. It's the first one for Bitcoin. It's got a small market cap, again, lower down there. The 370 is not quite right. We've seen the fact that it's currently sitting at 263 million, so it's even lower than the 370 I've got written down there, because that's not correct. It's got an incredibly engaged and active community. This is exactly what Doge and SHIB had back in the run. It's Dog. Again, it doesn't sound like much, but look at how other Dog tokens performed in the last run. And you are essentially, in my opinion, early, as it's before multiple tier 1 exchanges have listed it. And as well as this, it's fairly distributed via an airdrop, so in essence you cannot be rug pulled from this because all the coins have been fairly distributed out, and essentially it means that there's not massive one holder allocation, so the founder does not own all of it. So hopefully, guys, this has provided you with some value, and thank you very much for watching.